Here are my 6 favorite daily drivers in Star Citizen's patch 4.6. These are ships that are super versatile, acting as mobile bases and allow you to get things done without the need of constantly returning to a station. My requirements for a good daily driver are: number 1, it needs to have a bed to log out of. Number 2, it needs to be able to carry a vehicle. Number 3, it needs to have space for some cargo. Number 4, it needs a medical bed on board or fit an Ursa Medivac. And number 5, it needs to feel like something I can actually call home. And with that, off we go. Starting with the cheapest option on the list, and probably my most flown ship for the past year, the Drake Cutlass Red. The Cutty Red can do it all. Well, except salvage and mining, but it's a great ship with so much versatility. Enough fuel to get you around, 2 tier 3 medical beds, 4 normal ones, weapon racks, 4 size 3 weapons, disco lights, enough space for boxes, an STV and more. I mean, what's not to like? Also, fun fact, did you know that the hull of the Cutlass Red also takes 15% less physical damage? I mainly use mine for exploration, mercenary contracts and planetary bounties, and this is where it shines. There's plenty of space inside for loot containers, and the medical base will give you a total of 4 respawns, which is plenty once you get good at killing NPCs and not getting shot. Great ship. You can purchase the Cutty Red in-game for 2.8 million Alpha USC at Lorville, Hurston, or any of the 3 major stations in Pyro. You can also get it in the pledge store for $135. Next, my new favorite ugly duckling of Star Citizen, Drake Clipper. When I first saw it, I wasn't too impressed. Then again, I never liked the Corsair, but once I got myself one and started using it, I fell in love with it pretty fast. I can't quite explain why, maybe because it has a tier 3 medical bed, so much space for something so small, a crafting table which will start working pretty soon, a bed, desk, space for a bike, killer engineering room, elevators, ladders, guns, missiles. I got the idea of turning mine into a stealth bomber using rare stealth components and size 3 bombs to drop on unsuspecting players camping Hathor facilities or NPC bounty targets, and it's a blast. Literally. If you'd like to see that video, let me know. If you're watching this at a later date, check the description for a link to that. In patch 4.6, the Clipper is only purchasable through the pledge store for $150, but we should see it in in-game shops within the next 2 or 3 patches. Now for what seems to be most players' new favorite daily driver, the Anvil Asgard, with 6 size 3 pilot controlled guns, 4 size 2 shields, enough space to fit a small tank, some Medivac and some cargo. You have more than what you need with the Asgard. Not only will you feel like a boss flying half your belongings across space, but will do so in style. It's incredibly agile for its big size, feeling more like a medium-sized ship than a large one. If you like looting everything you see and carrying a bunch of small vehicles or snub fighters with you, this is the perfect daily driver for you. The Anvil Asgard can be purchased for 17.8 million Alpha USC from Area 18 on ArcCorp or $350 from the pledge store. This next ship didn't make the original list, but I thought to include it because I do in fact fly it around quite a lot, so it just doesn't feel right leaving it out. Constellation Phoenix. Well, I'd say any Connie variant really, because they all make great daily drivers for Star Citizen. Not as bulky as the Asgard means you'll have an easier time finding places to land, although it does have a lot less cargo space if you're taking an Ursa Medivac with you, or respawns. I mainly use the Phoenix for covering large distances in luxury and for doing the odd bounty here and there because of the PDC turret at the back, which helps with smaller fighters. It's a beautiful ship with 4 size 5 pilot controlled guns and plenty of missiles. The Phoenix also has my favorite racing slash fighter snub, the Archimedes, to help you make a clean getaway if needed, though as mentioned before, all the connies are great. If you want more fuel and better views, get the Aquila. Need more cargo space, get the Taurus. Or if you want more missiles, the Andromeda is the one you want. The Constellation Phoenix can be purchased in-game for 14 million Alpha USC at Lorville, Hurston. You can also pick it up from the pledge store for $350 during certain limited sales events, but they usually sell out within seconds, so you've got to be fast. Now, if I'm not in a rush and plan on being out in the wild for a while, the Starlancer TAC is another one of my favorite daily drivers to use. Like the Cutlass Red, comes with 2 tier 3 med beds, giving you 4 respawns if needed. You also get a top hanger which comfortably fits a Fury or Fury MX snub fighter, as well as a pretty big cargo bay where I like to fit a Cyclone Rover and a few containers to cater for my bad to loot it all habits. You have weapons, turrets and missiles for days, so you're pretty safe with your 2 size 3 shields, especially if you have someone flying with you. It is slow though, which is the only downside. The Starlancer TAC can be purchased for 13.3 million Alpha USC from Lorville, Hurston or Area 18 on ArcCorp. You can also get it from the pledge store for $375. And finally, if you have a hoarding problem and want to carry almost everything you own with you on your daily driver, you simply can't go wrong with the Crusader Hercules M2. One of the best parts about this ship is that you get 2 military grade B size 3 shields for stall armor and 4 big pilot controlled guns, meaning you can do VHRT and ERT bounties between doing everything else with relative ease compared to the other options on the list. If you've ever wanted a mobile warehouse for a space home away from home, the M2 Hercules Starlifter is awesome. It's also one of the few ships in Star Citizen that can carry a Nova tank, snub fighters, land vehicles and plenty of cargo all at the same time. So if you save enough credits for one of these, you'll have everything you need with you at all times. You're no easy target for wannabe pirates and you're a force to be reckoned with against any big ship that's dumb enough to get in front of you. The Crusader Hercules M2 Starlifter is expensive at 28 million Alpha USC, but it's well worth the price. Buy it from Lorville on Hurston, as purchasing it from Orison on Crusader will set you back an extra million. You can also get it from the pledge store for $520 should you wish to. But now that we've talked about which ships make the best daily drivers in Star Citizen, there's much more to talk about if you want them to have a bigger impact on your gameplay. So check out this video next where I'll show you how to improve your Star Citizen experience even further.